Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective, our dog floor is starting to fill up again. So we have the rest of our show, we're going to showcase some of our adoptable dogs for you. And the first up is Bert. Bert is kind of the epitome of what we frequently say, don't judge a dog by their kennel behavior. In his kennel, Bert is quite vocal. He likes to jump up on things. He doesn't look like what you see right now. So we want to make sure that, we're, again, reminding everyone, right now, we're doing things a little bit differently, but in the future, if the kennels do open up, you want to make sure you're reading those profiles and not just judging a dog based on how they are reacting in a kennel, because kennels are not a natural environment. They're very stressful. It's not a home environment. So you just really want to make sure you're taking that into account with Bert and all of the dogs. Bert is super friendly. He can still be a little bit vocal, but he is very affectionate. He does think that he's a lap dog, and he loves to lick every person. He's just licking Sean's arm. When he was being processed, our animal care tech, Larissa, all he wanted to do was lick her face. He wanted to sit in her lap. So he's a super affectionate guy. He's also known for being quite playful, but does need to learn some manners, like it's not necessarily okay to climb up in everybody's space and lick them on the mouth. So he does need a little bit of good manners training, but he's treat motivated, so that's something that should come fairly easy to him, as long as you're using the right value treats. Definitely playful, energetic. His reaction to other dogs is varied. So if you are thinking of adding him as a dog to a multi-dog household, definitely doing the meet and greets. Those are required here, but sometimes it might take one or, not just one, but two meet and greets to kind of see if it's going to be a good fit. So kind of really paying attention to that as well.
So we noted that Bert's a little bit head shy. What does that mean?
So head shy means that dogs typically don't like it when things kind of suddenly reach for their head. They kind of back away. They're not into that. And not only with his head did we notice that, but mostly with Bert we noticed he didn't like things around his neck. So he got his collar on when he was sedated during his neuter surgery. So when they were trying to restrain him to do his vaccines and things like that, they just really noticed that he wasn't super comfortable with things being touched around his neck. As he's gotten more comfortable in the shelter, we have seen that he has been less nervous about that, but we want to make sure that potential adopters are aware of that, especially if they have, kids in the household saying like, hey, Bert may not want you to, put your arm around his neck and give him a hug and things like that. Sometimes it can come from, past types of collars, whether they're using a prong collar, choke chain, shock collar, or, if he had been on a leash that was too tight, things like that, that kind of make that feeling a little bit more negative to him. But just want to keep that in mind. Again, we have seen, some improvement in that area, but it's always good to err on the side of caution if animals are fearful about being touched in a specific place. If you are not afraid of getting some slobbery kisses from Bert and want to make him part of your family, then you can go to visit fcac.as.me to start that process.